Imagine you are a teacher of history, and your lessons on 20th century Europe are boycotted, heckled, or otherwise disrupted by well-organized, well-financed, and politically muscular groups of Holocaust deniers. Holocaust deniers really exist. They are vocal, superficially plausible, and adept at seeming learned. They are supported by the president of at least one currently powerful state, and they include at least one bishop of the Roman Catholic Church. Imagine that as a teacher of European history, you are continually faced with belligerent demands to teach the controversy and to give equal time to the alternative theory that the Holocaust never happened, but was invented by a bunch of Zionist fabricators. Fashionably relativist intellectuals chime in to insist that there is no absolute truth. Whether the Holocaust happened is a matter of personal belief. All points of view are equally valid and should be equally respected. The plight of many science teachers today is not less dire. When they attempt to expound the central and guiding principle of biology, when they honestly place the living world in its historical context, which means evolution, when they explore and explain the very nature of life itself, they are harried and stymied, hassled and bullied, even threatened with loss of their jobs. At the very least, their time is wasted at every turn. They are likely to receive menacing letters from parents and have to endure the sarcastic smirks and close-folded arms of brainwashed children. The Archbishop of Canterbury has no problem with evolution, nor does the Pope, give or take the odd wobble over the precise paleontological juncture when the human soul was injected, nor do educated priests and professors of theology. This is a book about the positive evidence that evolution is a fact. It is not intended as an anti-religious book. I've done that. It's another t-shirt. This is not the place to wear it again. Bishops and theologians who've attended to the evidence for evolution have given up the struggle against it. But it would be nice if they put a bit more effort into combating the anti-scientific nonsense that they deplore. All too many preachers, while agreeing that evolution is true and Adam and Eve never existed, will then blithely go into the pulpit and make some moral or theological point about Adam and Eve in their sermons, without once mentioning that, of course, Adam and Eve never actually existed. If challenged, they will protest that they intended a purely symbolic meaning, perhaps something to do with original sin or the virtues of innocence. They may add witheringly that obviously nobody would be so foolish as to take their words literally. But do their congregations know that? How is the person in the pew or on the prayer mat supposed to know which bits of scripture to take literally, which symbolically? Think about it, Bishop. Be careful, Vicar. You are playing with dynamite, fooling around with a misunderstanding that's waiting to happen. One might even say almost bound to happen, if not forestalled. Shouldn't you take greater care when speaking in public to let your yea be yea and your nay be nay? Lest ye fall into condemnation, shouldn't you be going out of your way to counter that already extremely widespread popular misunderstanding and lend active and enthusiastic support to scientists and science teachers? Evolution is a fact. Beyond reasonable doubt, beyond serious doubt, beyond sane, informed, intelligent doubt, beyond doubt, evolution is a fact. The evidence is at least as strong as the evidence for the Holocaust, even allowing for eyewitnesses to the Holocaust. It is the plain truth that we are cousins of chimpanzees, somewhat more distant cousins of monkeys, more distant cousins still of aardvarks and manatees, yet more distant cousins of bananas and turnips. Continue the list as long as desired. That didn't have to be true. It's not self-evidently, tautologically, obviously true. And there was a time when most people, even educated people, thought it wasn't. It didn't have to be true, but it is. We know this because a rising flood of evidence supports it. Evolution is a fact, and this book will demonstrate it. No reputable scientist disputes it, and no unbiased reader will close the book doubting it. Obviously, the vast majority of evolutionary change is invisible to direct eyewitness observation. Most of it happened before we were born, and in any case, it's usually too slow to be seen during an individual's lifetime. We are like detectives who come on the scene after a crime has been committed. The murderer's actions have vanished into the past. The detective has no hope of witnessing the actual crime with his own eyes. What the detective does have is traces that remain. There's a great deal to trust there. There are footprints, fingerprints, nowadays DNA fingerprints too, bloodstains, letters, diaries. The world is the way the world should be if this and this history, but not that and that history, led up to the present.